This main event is a dream match. Never before have Thunder Rosa and Athena gone head-to-head. Each of them have dominated in different circles of women's wrestling for the past many years, and this is the first time they face off.
At the Switchblade Series in August 2021, Thunder Rosa ended Kylie Rae's 343-day reign. To become the third ever Warrior Women's Champion.
Collected my first title of the year. You know, if any of you ladies are ready to step up with one of the best, one of the fearless, la que se le pega y la que hace la que se le pega la puta gana, Thunder Rosa, you know where to find me. If I'm not here in Chicago, guess what? You can look at my schedule and ask for a match. If not, you guys will have to fight for an opportunity to get this title because I'm not letting it go anytime soon.
She then went on to defend that title against Maddie Renkowski at Mission Pro Wrestling's Tussle in Tulsa. 3 days later, she was back at Warrior in Tinley Park for Warrior 17, where she took on fellow titan of pro wrestling, Mercedes Martinez.
There it is, yes, the big shot from Thunder Rosa. Giant flying elbow. Rolling out, you can hear the Warrior fans here. Roll through. Thunder Rosa picks up the win out of nowhere.
And then, in January 2022, at Mission Pro Wrestling's Crazy Train event, Thunder Rosa defeated La Rosa Negra. After their battle, we saw the confrontation that shook the pro wrestling world.
Your girl won again. Thunder Rosa will take any challenger. You said there was an open challenge, right? Hell yeah, I said there was an open challenge for that championship. The Warrior Wrestling Championship. Indeed, I said that. So what's up? I accept.
Athena, formerly known as Ember Moon in WWE, is one of the premier women's athletes in all of wrestling. This being Athena's first match after her WWE run is a major story for Warrior Wrestling. She is not only testing herself against one of the best wrestlers in the world, Thunder Rosa, but she is helping put Warrior Wrestling on the map as the place to be.
Warrior Wrestling Women's Champion La Mera Mera Thunder Rosa battles Athena in her much-anticipated first match back to professional wrestling.
Victory in his side, fighting upright, King, go! Get out, Ospreay trying to set up. Oh, powerbomb! Wonderful. Springboard again, cover! Woo! Oh, 619!
Sitting here with Casey Navarro and Brian Cage. I just have a few things I want to ask the two of you.
You trying to flex on me, bro?
A little bit. I saw that page. You know, you got the tank on. That's why I had to like come here shirtless.
Well, you keep me short. Oh, okay. Anyways.
Well,
sorry.
Obviously you two get along very, very well. It's almost like a big brother, little brother.
Well, it's more like a father-son.
But at some point, you're gonna have to deal with the fact that Casey won the GMSI Invitational.
Brian Cage was actually the man who got to pick all of the other men in this match. He got to pick his competition here.
Being a part of the Get My Shot Invitational meant everything. You know, me and Brian Cage are very close. Everyone knows I'm Kid Cage, he's Papa Cage. Everyone knows it, man. The AEW locker room used to call me Kid Cage, and I was there for a while. And, you know, Brian's an inspiration to me. You know, I look up to Brian, and I always go to Brian for advice because, I mean, the dude's done it all. He's been through it all. And, you know, I go to him for everything. Gym advice, in-ring advice, relationship advice. I mean, it's almost like he is my second dad. And for him to handpick his opponents and choose me meant everything. That was a huge opportunity for me. And winning, that meant everything because I felt like I was made in that moment. It was my moment to show the world, like, I'm the next guy. This is my shot. I'm not the biggest guy, I'm not the strongest, but I got the biggest heart for sure. And I got the strongest mindset. And that's why I won, and I'm grateful, and there's no other word besides blessed.
Yeah, you know, yeah,
I did that.
You did. You were there, and I was proud of him for that.
Thanks.
And, I mean, if people watching don't know, I handpicked and hand-selected everyone in that Get My Shot in invitational, right?
That was stacked.
So even though, you know, obviously I was the favorite, I was hoping to win that, I'm not disappointed in the fact that Casey came out the victor. I mean, everyone there was top tier talent, had some sort of relationship or connection with me, but I mean, if I was gunning for anybody, it's definitely been Casey, because we jokingly call each other like little father side, you know, Papa Cage, Kid Cage thing going on. Yeah. But in all sincerity, it is kind of like a wrestling dad, wrestling kid relationship. And I am trying to steer Casey, I guess, in the right direction. Yes, of course. The top.
So, I mean, but in fairness, you did have a kind of painful loss to Rocky Romero.
Here comes Navarro. Wow.
Oh, big DDT! Oh, wow!
What's that about sneaky style?
Casey Navarro giving it everything he's got right now. You got to give the kid some credit.
Falcon arrow in the arm breaker. That arm breaker, Rich.
Brian, I gotta ask you, as you are Papa Cage, as you refer to yourself, do you think that Casey can turn it around from that kind of big deal of a loss?
Well, yeah, you know, I guess that wasn't the best way to come out out swinging after the big win. But, you know, hey, he's got the medallion for a reason, and he can cash it in whenever he wants. So, you know what? Nobody's perfect, nobody's unbeatable, and, you know, he might have a bad day at the office, but doesn't mean there's not more good ones out on the way.
Yeah, and I think I'm ready for my next contest. I think I am.
Casey Navarro, Nick, as we mentioned earlier on, the holder of the Warrior Wrestling Contenders Medallion. Oh, that chest protector coming in helpful. Oh, what a shoulder tackle. Navarro sending Reed into the ropes. Matrix-like dodge there, and then a huge enziguri. And missed with a big punch there with KC and found himself caught. Navarro, like a running back. Yeah, he's just trying to snatch him, and he can't get a hold of him. Up and over he goes. Navarro.
Look at that. Like he's in a hammock.
Things out down to the hammock district. Woo! Quick on his feet to boot. Look at that. And moonsault. You see some of the youngsters that are becoming the next big names in the sport.
Sure, and KC is just a prodigy. And look at Myron Reed, though. He doesn't seem to care.
Oh my God! Oh man! And Navarro, code red! Oh wow! Running big boot in the corner. And now off the top, whoa!
How many times can this guy get spiked on his head and get back up?
Oh, wow! Flame on, a gigantic cutter! Wow! She sends Casey Navarro back in! No cap splash! Cover! No! Oh, my goodness! Listen to this place. Oh, sweet lordy! Small package. Got him! And Casey Navarro!
All right, so then let me ask you this. Can you tell us, do you have anybody in your sights? Do you want to shock the world and make a movement, or do you have a slow and calculated plan as to what you're gonna do with that medallion that can cash in an opportunity for the Warrior Wrestling Championship title?
You know, I can tell you when it's not gonna be. Today. You know why? It's Papa Cage. I don't know how I feel about cashing in on good old Papa Cage.
Well, you know what? I appreciate both of them because I don't know how
Saying you're
either.
there.
You know, and ultimately that might be where it's gonna have to go to. But let's focus on tonight. Ospreay, myself, gonna tear that house down. It's been a match I've been super looking forward to. The first ever Warrior Wrestling Champion. Never
Never lost that title.
True.
The first ever get my shot medallion holder right here. I never lost a match. But I did lose the medallion.
That's what matters. That's what matters. Well, thank you both for spending some time with me. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing both your matches tonight.
Let's do it, Papa Cage.
Oh yeah. Both of us, we'll have some gold. And then we'll discuss how this is gonna work going forward.
Trying to get like you, my boy. All right, let's get it.
Keep your dreams semi-reasonable, all right?
In our main event coming up, the Warrior Wrestling Championship is on the line. Will Ospreay, the champion, the challenger, the effing machine, Brian Cage. Our main event just moments away here tonight from South Bend, Indiana. Fans, of course, want to remind you that Warrior Wrestling heads to Chicago, Illinois, February the 12th, Cicero. Certainly excited for that. Main event on the way. Let's send it down to Kirby Alexander with the introductions. Brian Cage, the challenger in this matchup, looking to reclaim gold here at Warrior Wrestling. Fans, get involved in the conversation. Follow us across social media, the hashtag Warrior18. Well, thank you, Nick Hausman. Appreciate that.
In unison there. You owe me a Jix, you owe me a soda. And there he is, the Swolverine.
Talked to Brian Cage earlier today, and you know, Warrior Wrestling has been so good to him. Is such even as a competitor, a fan of Warrior Wrestling, loves competing for Warrior Wrestling, loves the fans, and it meant so much to him to be the first ever Warrior Wrestling champion. And it's not really hyperbole to say that he was heartbroken when he had to give up the title due to injury. Never really lost it. So you know that there's some jealousy driving him here tonight as the Warrior Wrestling champion Will Ospreay makes his way to the ring.
100%. There is definitely some jealousy in Brian Cage as he stares across that ring tonight at a man that many consider to be the best pound-for-pound professional wrestler on the planet. Of course, it was just back at Wrestle Kingdom not long ago that Will Ospreay wore that Warrior Wrestling Championship to the ring.
What a night it's been here. Earlier on, we saw Sam Adonis become the new Warrior Wrestling Lucha champion. Could we see Brian Cage come out on top tonight and become a two-time Warrior Wrestling champion? Not if Will Ospreay has something to say about it.
Yeah, it is not a given that Will Ospreay walks out of Warrior Wrestling 18 as the champion here.
All that gold around his waist. You look at his championship journey, Will Ospreay.
Picked up a win before his title win against Trey Miguel, Zach Winson, Desmond Xavier, but it was up against Blake Christian and Trey Miguel at Warrior Wrestling 17 that Will Ospreay was able to put that belt around his waist.
Send it once again to Kirby Alexander.
The following match is a singles contest and is for the Warrior Wrestling Championship. Introducing first, your challenger from Chico, California, Mr. GMSI, the Swolverine, and the Effing Machine. And your first ever Warrior Wrestling champion, Brian Cage. His opponent represents the United Empire. He is the British Heavyweight Champion and your reigning and defending Warrior Champion, the Commonwealth Kingpin, Will
One fall to a finish here tonight in South Bend, Indiana. Warrior Wrestling 18. Brian Cage looking to become the first two-time Warrior Wrestling champion. Will Ospreay looking to remain undefeated here at Warrior. Tonight's matchup, tonight's event inside the Bendix Arena in South Bend, Indiana. Capacity crowd.
Oh, and Will Ospreay right out the gate.
Yeah, wasting no time at all. Ospreay slingshot to the outside.
Wasted no time at all. The high flyer, Will Ospreay, immediately taking action.
Springboard clothesline, and Ospreay looking to put this thing away. Quick, Cage able to power out. And of course, Brian Cage, the subject of lots of conjecture, lots of rumor. Not the only competitor in AEW who a lot of conversations about, but Brian Cage in particular, past couple of months, some would say that it's been a struggle for him.
Well, he's been outspoken with how he feels he's not being used correctly in AEW, as has his wife, Melissa Santos. But despite the noise, despite the rumors, Brian Cage, a refreshed and focused Swolverine here.
You look at Brian Cage tonight and the intensity that he is showing.
A nice homage there to his mentor, Chris Kanyon.
Irish whip, Ospreay up and over. Oh, Cage catches him. Fireman's carry, Cage unable to get any offense in. It is Ospreay now off the ropes. Cage catches him once again. Couple of curls. Fall away, not even a fall away slam, just tossed him over his head.
And Ospreay is no small man. That
No.
is 230, 240, 250, something like that. I mean, at least a 6'2" frame.
The intensity on Brian Cage's face, I think, says it all. This is a very focused, very focused Brian Cage, and dare I say the most focused that I think I've seen him in a long time.
Well, and if the rumors are true and Brian Cage becomes a free agent here in the not too distant future, he's going to need some accolades to hang his hat on as he makes his way to wherever may be next for Brian Cage.
You know, sometimes the bright lights in the big cities, that kind of stuff, it throws you off a little bit. Big backbreaker there by Cage for the title, and Ospreay able to get the shoulder up.
And I'm surprised at how Ospreay kind of just limped out of that 3 count there. It looks like Brian Cage dropped him really hard across his knee there.
Has the left arm tied up now, wrenching back on the right arm. But, you know, sometimes those bright lights, the stardom, all the hoopla that goes along with national television, sometimes you tend to lose your way a little bit.
Well, you know, I don't think that may be the case with Brian Cage. You know, he's a big-time player. He knows how to perform on a big stage, and as much as it's possible to think that this guy may have gotten lost in the noise, you know, politics happens. You fall in favor, you fall out of favor. You never know what's going on in the dugout.
Nonetheless, Brian Cage with a lot to prove, and looking to prove something here tonight against, as you said, Nick, many people consider to be pound for pound the best professional wrestler in the world. Cover here by Cage, and again, Ospreay able to get out of it.
Yeah, second year in a row, though, Will Ospreay was not able to pick out the victory in the main event of Wrestle Kingdom. Once again, Okada standing tall.
You talk about focused, wow!
It's like taking a hammer to a tank.
You chip the paint a little bit, but not much more.
Exactly, and I think the handle to your hammer may have broken. Ooh. And look at all of that weight up there in a very dangerous situation, and Will Ospreay folding Cage inside out.
Ooh.
And a knockout blow as Cage hits the mat hard from the second turnbuckle.
A lot of damage done, though, to Ospreay, and he's unable to get into the cover. We already saw one match end tonight via TKO. Could we see another?
I was just about to say the same thing, Rich. You know, after watching what happened to poor Anthony Henry earlier in the night, you better be listening to that referee. You don't want to have another accidental loss here.
I don't know, that was so much a mistake on Henry's part. More just Lawler really gave it to him. Henry wasn't able to get up for the 10 count. Ospreay, wow.
Yeah, just
bowling
incredible.
ball Cage over, that's something else.
Just like, you know, cat-like reflexes there from Will Ospreay.
Going up top.
And
Cage not sure where his opponent is, and Ospreay from behind. Into the cover, this could do it.
So close. You know, a lot of fans may not know the Bendix Arena, literally just underneath this floor that we're on right now, is home to the area's most established esports arena, the Bendix Esports Arena. Kind of feels like we're watching a video game right now with these two, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit it does. What a facility here in South Bend is now Ospreay looking for the double underhook, but Cage is just too big.
Tiny kicks.
Oh!
Tiny kicks and a big one.
Ospreay getting the crowd behind him. Cage gets the leg up from the second rope. Wow, big DDT. Right on the back of his skull. Ospreay spiked. Cage seems to have the wind knocked out of him as well, though.
Oh yeah, Cage down there laying on the mat. Starting to question his strategy, right? I mean, but how do you prepare for a guy like Will Ospreay, right? You know, a lot of people identify him as this flyer type, but with the size he's got, there's a lot of very, high-intensity moves he can deliver not being in the air.
Neck breaker delivered by Cage. Yeah, you're right. He's not your typical, skinny, flippy, high flyer type guy. He's got a well-rounded arsenal, which is why many people say he's the best.
Yeah, but I mean, look at Cage.
Oh my God. Oh, Ospreay got launched and had the wherewithal as that momentum landing on his back carried him. He was able to roll himself under the bottom rope, but he may be thinking twice about that now. I know he wanted to create some separation. But now from the outside, Brian Cage, deadlift suplex, outside in, Cage, first two-time Warrior champion. No, Ospreay
So
out
close.
at 2.
Right out of his clutches there. And again, a very full house here tonight. All the fans in the South Bend and Chicagoland area and beyond coming out here tonight to be a part of this big Warrior Wrestling 18 event. If you're watching this at home on FITE.tv, thanks so much for putting your money down tonight to enjoy this action live from your home. And Brian Cage showing a great deal of disrespect to Will Ospreay.
Ospreay fighting back. Cage is just so powerful and strong. Ospreay, standing waist lock, going for the German suplex. Cage gets out of that. Ospreay up, big kick. Cage still on his feet. Springboard, what a counter by the effing machine.
A mid-air collision if I've ever seen one.
We got fans all over the world watching tonight here on FITE TV. Want to say hey to Chris, Ishmael, among many, many others who have tweeted using the hashtag Warrior18. Brian Cage, Will Ospreay, Warrior Wrestling title on the line here tonight in South Bend, Indiana.
And look, Brian Cage right now back on the prowl, going after his prey.
Cage again. Instead of the suplex, plants Ospreay up top. Ospreay using his left leg to balance himself as now Cage climbs up.
And now we have both of these very flexible heavyweights, creative heavyweights. And look at Ospreay biting the fingers of Brian Cage to get the big man off.
Whatever it takes. Ospreay was able to kind of wrap his legs around the buckle and prevent Cage from landing any kind of big maneuver, but Cage just with a big shot right there, stunning Ospreay, and oh no.
And Cage with Ospreay up on his shoulders, and they are on the top rope.
Oh dear. Oh no. Well, Ospreay! Oh, what a big Frankensteiner! Ospreay! Victory in his sights, lining up Brian Cage! Oh! Woo! Is that enough? Cover!
And enough spins to make Tony Hawk blush. Wow. Like a sideways tornado.
Again going for the double underhook, but again Cage just too big, and now Ospreay trying to set up. Oh, power bomb! Cover! Is that enough to put it away? Cage again able to power out.
And I could feel that. You could feel it. There's two men hitting that mat, hitting that ring apron all at the same time like a little trimmer.
Could barely hear myself think. This is incredible.
So much great action here tonight at Warrior Wrestling 18. This is what defines this company and sets it apart from the rest of the pack.
Warrior Wrestling slowly becoming one of the premier promotions in the U.S. and the Midwest. And when you have somebody like Will Ospreay carrying your primary championship down the walkway inside the Tokyo Dome, I think that says an awful lot about the prestige of that title.
Oh, it does. Year after year, Warrior Wrestling has certainly grown more prestigious. More headlines, more great talent.
Oh my God!
Oh, and more action like that.
Scoop power slam. Cage opts not to go for the cover. Moonsault, cover for the title. Cage two times, no!
Just barely. Will Ospreay able to get out and out from underneath Brian Cage. And just so much mass moving through the air there like a grand piano.
You go back and you scout, I suppose depending on what the outcome of this match is, if Cage loses, do you think he second guesses going for that moonsault instead of just going right for the cover?
Maybe.
Super kick by Ospreay. Cage still on his feet, but wobbly. Ospreay looking for the cutter. Cage again just too strong. Forearm. Spinning elbow, and now Ospreay again for the double underhook. Springboard again, cutter! Gigantic cutter!
This could be it, Rich.
Cage refusing to concede yet again.
We got a game of 3D chess going on here right now.
Cage laying on his stomach. Ospreay going up top anyway.
Woo! That's a way to crack your back. And back up goes Will Ospreay for the attack.
Shooting star press. What's Ospreay got in mind here? Another one, but Cage counters.
Right into the pin.
Oh! Cage thought that was all.
That looked like all she wrote right there for sure.
Anybody who has questioned Brian Cage's competitiveness, what he's capable of, what he can do, man, he is answering that in spades tonight.
Yeah, Brian Cage really making a statement here tonight at Warrior Wrestling, and I don't think there's anything he'd love more than to take that Warrior Wrestling Championship off the waist of Will Ospreay and let it be known that the Wolverine is back on top of the mountain.
Referee determines both can continue. Both in fighting positions from their knees, albeit.
And Will Ospreay refusing to give up. And back and forth they go.
Cage with a high knee.
And they see a very vulnerable Will Ospreay.
Oh!
619 from the Brian Cage.
Uh-oh. Power bomb. Buckle bomb.
And that folded Will Ospreay in half. Here comes another power bomb.
Sit up, power bomb. Cage for the title.
Oh!
And Ospreay again stays alive.
Everybody in the Bendix Arena on their feet, up and down. This match has got the whole crowd in the palm of its hand right now.
You see the reaction from some of the fans. I mean, it is priceless. Their hands in their, or their heads in their hands. Listen to it. This is what it's all about. Brian Cage, victory in his sights, trying to put Ospreay away. What a counter. Oh, what a lariat there by Cage.
Took him out to dry. Can we see the drill claw? Oh, I thought we were gonna get it.
Ospreay able to get free. Just rocked Brian Cage. Off comes the elbow pad. Oh!
And just decapitated him. Oh my goodness, Rich. How much fight does Brian Cage have left?
There's the double underhook. Cover.
making their way to the middle of the ring right now.
Ospreay remains undefeated here at Warrior Wrestling. He remains the Warrior Wrestling champion, and as he said, wanting to make a difference in 2022. A portion of the proceeds from tonight's event going to support the Samaritan program in the UK, a great mental health awareness program, and I'm sure we'll see some similar stuff.
Wait, Casey Navarro. Whoa, Casey Navarro, the Contenders medallion in hand, has jumped up onto the apron. And it doesn't look like we're going to get a formal cash in here, but more of a shot across the bow. And some gentle jaw-jacking here between the current champ and potential future champ.
Casey biding his time, huh?
Man, and what a young up-and-coming star Casey Navarro is to be the one to take that title off of somebody like Will Ospreay.
Sam Adonis already knows my name. But for the rest of you who don't know it, my name is Lince Dorado. And since my decision to return back to the Pride Land, I have my eyes set on one place. February 12th, Cicero Stadium, a stadium I know very well. Warrior Wrestling. Sam Adonis, you have what I want. Sam Adonis, you have what I need. The Warrior Lucha Championship. And I don't plan on leaving Cicero Stadium without that title. Because I plan on bringing the lucha and the violence.
Lince Dorado, welcome back. Welcome back to the Indies, my friend. It is my honor to be your first opponent since your future endeavors began. Because on February 12th, you're coming to my house, to Warrior Wrestling. And it's no secret, you know all about Lucha Libre. You're one of the biggest stars in the last 15 years. But it's funny, because so am I. I spent years on top in Mexico, CMLL, AAA. And now, this right here means I'm on top of the Lucha Libre division in Warrior Wrestling. You see, a lot of people don't realize how far you and I go back. 17 years to be exact. Back when I used to bother you on MySpace Messenger, asking you questions about Lucha Libre. What's it like in Mexico? Well, now I know. I know it's not just about hurricane ranas and wearing a mask. It's about fighting and it's about bleeding. So trust me, if you want lucha and violence, there's nobody better than Sam Adonis. I will see you on February 12th.
Woo! Chicago, baby! Warrior Wrestling, baby! February 12th, baby! Hey, yeah! Let's go! Chicago! Wait, let me just say one thing. Can I say one thing? I gotta get one thing off my chest. Hold on. One thing. Hold on. Hey. Man, I know you. Listen to this. I don't know. Hold on. Listen. I don't know if it's your gimmick. Yo, hold on. Poor hygiene and terrible speech, but you guys are... Hold on. First of all, you ain't got a tubus in my wallet, boy. And second of all, I guarantee you that will be the last time in your life that you disrespect my hygiene like that. I ain't even have to do this to you. Let me take my rag off. Hold on. I didn't want to have do it to him. I didn't want to have do it to him, Chick. Hey, Chick, grab this phone. Grab your phone real quick. I didn't want him to get this fresh on you. All right, it's not fair no more. It's not fair no more. Chick, zoom that. Zoom that. Yo, hey, bring it back up. Hey, do you even know what that is called, son? These boots that I'm wearing, these Timbs that I'm wearing, what you call them? What you call them down North Carolina? You call them light brown boys. Hey, I want to know. Hey, reply with a tweet for me. Hey, man, focus. What we got coming up, huh? Chicago, baby. I just had to get that off my chest. I get that off my chest. You ain't gonna disrespect my heartbeat another day in your entire life. You bald head. You mad. You ain't even know what's possible. Have hair like this. Hey, Chicago. Let's weekend. The ball over forever. Let's go. Who won?
What are you doing here, Casey? Where you gonna start? Papa Cage, listen. We're in Vegas! And you know, I'm blessed that I do big things, big door!
I was gonna say, it's a
big door!
Big dude.
Listen, Papa Cage, you've done a lot for my career. You know, my young 22-year-old career, 7 years going. But it was your birthday!
It was.
And I gotta bless you! With the penthouse, baby.
The penthouse?
The penthouse, GTA style. Come on, look at this, Papa Cage. Look what I did for you.
You got the penthouse
style.
You
Papa Cage. I did this. I did this.
You're able to afford this.
I was able to afford this.
That this piece of jewelry right here, that's the real deal.
That's the real deal.
It's not a Ricky Starks necklace.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, you know what's critically money? Hey, some would say that's critically acclaimed.
Speaking of the acclaim.
Speaking of that, Anthony Bowens and Max Caster. Hey, you guys are gonna fall victim to be the first guys to face Kid Cage and Papa Cage.
The first people to lose to Kid Cage and Papa Cage on their debut as well.
On February 12th, that's gonna be a big moment.
February 12th.
February 12th.
Don't forget that. That's the right date.
February 12th. Cicero Stadium, Chicago. And Papa Cage, I gotta ask you one question. Because not only does the Acclaim wonder this, not only does Chicago wonder this, but the world wonders this, and so do I. Who better than Kid Cage and Papa Cage?
Well, I don't think anybody wonders that because you already know the answer to that question. It's nobody.
We'll see you there. You hungry?
Yeah, let's get some ice
You
cream cake.
hungry?
Ice cream cake.
Wait, I'm lactose.